Hi everyone, thank you for being interested in this tutorial, which we are going to animate numbers. Let's see how to animate numbers like we're gonna see here in this Tesla website. So I'm just gonna refresh it and see the numbers here. You see those? So this is what we're gonna do. Let me just refresh it again to see it again. So this is what we are going to do, as you see happening here. So that's one. And the other thing that we're going to do is actually uh, do this slider, that we're going to slide it and see the numbers changing. And again, as I always say, when you understand the logic and the technique and how it works, then you can just do whatever you want with it. So great. The only materials I prepared here is actually the screenshot of that website, the Tesla website, which we're just going to see. Sorry, we're going to see these numbers running here. So these are, I did it kind of like the same like there, but we're going to make it an interactive component, which will animate the numbers as we load our frame. And this is the actual image from the website. I mean, I took just this frame to copy it and do something which is pretty similar to it. Maybe it's not the exact font that that they are using, but it's pretty close to it, and that's good enough for us. It's just to understand the technique, how to do it. And I kind of like copied this one. Looks pretty much the same. That's okay. And this one actually needs to be in the start before. I mean, when I refresh it, you will see that this one goes to the start. So if I refresh it, yeah, it goes to the start and then kind of like animates with the numbers. So that's why it's like that. And basically that's about it. So I just placed it. This is what I did with the 0 to 60 miles per hour, and that's it. And all the rest is just an image. And let's go ahead and do it. So what we're gonna do here, as this frame is holding, sorry, this component, which what I made here, by the way, is I did in this frame. It's a frame with this pointer, with this pointer, and has an ellipse that is with him together. And the meaning of it is that I can rotate it with an anchor point like that. Meaning, you see, this is kind of like a mid anchor point, and I framed it, or kind of grouped it with a frame with an ellipse that I can just rotate it like that. Because actually, if I just rotate it alone, it will not have an anchor point. So that was the idea. And I have these numbers, which I will now do it very quickly and easy. So we're going to start from 0, 1, and sorry, and we're gonna do it, 1 second. Not that, I just wanted to, yeah, something like that. And basically we're just gonna do it one line after the other. So that's gonna be like that. Okay, so this is the 0 to 9, and we are going to frame these numbers. We can put them aligned middle. Yeah, actually, why not? Let's do it kind of like that. Okay, and I'm gonna do these now. Well, let me put my UI a bit bigger for you guys to see it better. I guess that is more comfortable. Okay, I mean, this panel and this meaning the design the design panel that we're using here. And right click, frame selection. Okay, I frame selection, and what I do now is I just close this frame to the first number, kind of like that, which is 0, and I'm gonna hit the clip content. So now we see only this first number. I'm gonna copy this one. Okay, copy, and here I'm gonna do paste to replace. So I have the same one here, and that's gonna start from 0, 0 again. But here, if you notice, by the way, look that this one is going all the way from 1 to 0 and then 1, meaning it makes a longer way and it has more numbers. I'll refresh it again and let's see it happening. Yeah, so that's what it does. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna cancel the clip content or uncheck the clip content here, go to this number, and I'm gonna do a 0 1 2 3, which is enough for now. Okay, and then I'm gonna hit the clip content again, and then I get this. Okay, of course you can add as many numbers as you need just to have it going as a component, or do the animation as you want to. Okay, so this one actually, so that numbers plus scale, and it's going to be the default. And I'm gonna copy this one, and I'm gonna call it let's say you know what, that's an end, and that is a start. That's a better name to it. Yeah, actually. Yes, kind of like was thinking for a moment. Yeah. Okay, so that's, by the way, you don't see the names because they are inside this frame. So let me just I just cut this frame. I'm gonna lock, and then I'm just gonna paste it, and now you can see the names of this frame, because it's just, I mean, this frame is in the background, but it's locked and it doesn't interfere, or these frames actually, which is, these are our components, they do not go inside this frame. So that's why you see the numbers, and I mean the component itself. So we have the start and the end. I'm going to select them both, and then just create component set. So now we have this component actually, which that's its name. The numbers and scale actually on this frame, it's hardly seen. And then on the second state of it, I'm going to select this one. Let me see. Yeah, this one. And I'm going to rotate it like that. It's going to be up to here. This one is going to animate to the number 3, which is going to be like that. And this one actually, I'm gonna align it all the way to the bottom, and then I'm gonna just scroll these ones to 1, as it is, by the way, exactly here. Okay, so basically that's it. We created the second state, and now all we have to do is actually go to prototype and interact between these two frames, and they are going to be two frames because each component is a frame, and they are going to be in an after delay. After delay, I'm gonna, let's give it a 2 seconds. Let's see if it's gonna be enough for us to load our frame and then see it actually happening. If not, so we're gonna make it even longer or shorter, we will see. And the interaction itself, of course, is going to be in a smart animate. Let's give it I don't know, 2 seconds. Let's see if it's going to be, or a second and a half. Let's see if it's going to be too long, too short, or whatever. So we'll adjust it as it goes. And I think that we're going to give it a bit of an elastic one, an elastic movement. So it's going to be an ease out back. If you're not so familiar with easing actually in Figma, so check out the link that you have in the description for the easing tutorial, and you can also find it in this channel. So it's better to get a better clue on easing, okay, and then understand it a bit better. So that's it basically. So let's copy. I think that that's pretty much it. This is all there is to it, and I'm gonna paste to replace, and let's actually play our frame and see how it goes. Let's see what is our result. Okay, nice. It does, like, actually it's quite the same, but why did it show let me see something. Maybe I didn't oh, let me see. Oh, so I still have the other oh yeah, because I actually took this image into Photoshop and cleaned whatever was here. So yeah, let me just delete the one below, and let's refresh that again. I hope it's gonna load faster now. Let me see. Boom, we have it exactly as in Tesla website. Actually, I think it looks pretty much the same. So basically, as you see, that was pretty easy. Great. Okay, good. So this is our first animated component. Actually, you know what? I will give the this file. I will put it that you can download it, and if you want this component to have it, so that's great. Again, we have here the same kind of situation, but now we're going to use a drag interaction. And of course, it can happen with a tap, with an after delay, with a drag, click, whatever. Basically, just to understand how it works. So here, actually, let me take this one. Yeah, let me take this one and put it here. Actually, with this color, we don't really see the slider that good, but it doesn't matter. We know how it looks and what it needs to do. And here, by the way, same thing. So we're gonna have, let me do something like that. Yeah, that's 100 meter. Yeah, you know what? Let's do anyway. Doesn't matter. 100 meter, 200 meter. Let me just align them to here. Yeah, something like that. And 300 meter. Yeah, that needs to be with a space. That's why it looks weird. 400 meter, 500 meter. And then, yeah, just gonna do a few of them. So that's fine. I mean, you can do, you can go on and on with it, and that's okay. You know what, let's do up to 700 meter, and you can take it up to 1 kilometer, and so on and so on. And again, it's just to understand the logic of it. What I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna make the line height bigger to have a space between them. You can also do them with different, I mean, like separate components, like each one of them separate. I just did them kind of like one line after the other, and I'm gonna make a bit of a distance between them. Let's give it a 28. That's fine. Again, I'm gonna do the same exact thing. Frame selection. I'm gonna close this frame to here, clip content, and that's it. Basically, we can also have the 0. Okay, you know what, let's do the 0 as well. One sec, if we already are doing it, so let's do it as it should be. And let's see them kind of like happening in both ends. So I'm gonna hit enter and give it a 0. Yeah, let's give it a 0 meter. Yeah, let's do it kind of the same like here. So let's do, it looks weird. Let's put the meter here. That's okay. Okay, anyway, so that is going to be our first one. No, basically, I mean, as it is right now, our 100 meter, this is going to be the first one. And then actually, yeah, these are going to be the numbers. And I'm gonna frame it all together. Right click, frame selection. You have this shortcut, but I'm doing it on a right click, and this is going to be slider plus numbers. Okay, and okay, sorry, and this is going to be, actually, I'm gonna call it 100. Then I'm gonna know that this is the 100 meter, and I'm gonna do another one above it, and I'm gonna call it a 0 meter. And the 0 meter, actually, so we're going to animate this whole scene, or create this whole scene, by putting this one in 0, and the slider, actually, which is going to be here, something like that, and this one is going to be like that, and that's it. So this is our 0 state, and the frame can stay like that. Actually, it doesn't matter. Again, because the clip content is not on, this is why you see the circ out of that frame. If I will hit it, then you will see it like that, Anyway, it doesn't matter. For that sake, that's okay. um no, let's leave it like that. That's okay. And this is um here we're gonna take it up to, of course, you are animating the behavior of it. You don't actually need to animate each like 200, 300, 400. You don't have to. I mean, you just show basically how it works, and it's pretty understandable. So let's kind of do it up to here. I don't know, 600 meters or 500. Let's do it to 600. So let's kind of like put it on 600 meter. And this one, if let's say this is the mid, so I guess that 600 should be something like that. It doesn't have to be super precise. I mean, that's okay. And that was going to be up to here. Good. Basically, this is pretty much it. That's it. We're done. I mean, this I'm going to call okay, this one I'm going to call 600 meter. And then I'm gonna just select them all and make it a component set exactly as we did here. And now what we're gonna do, this is going to be our starting state. And this one I'm gonna hook it up to here and select on drag. Okay, this is when you're dragging that circle. On drag, that is going to be, so let me explain that for a minute. Okay, on drag means that the animation, the speed of the animation is going to happen as the speed that I am dragging my mouse. But you still see here that we still have the smart animate and the duration. Why is it still there? The thing is that the way it works, when you start dragging and you're not reaching 50% of the movement and you just leave it, you stop dragging it, so it goes back to the starting point. Or if you drag and get more than 50% and just leave it, so it's gonna animate until the end of that state of that movement. Okay, so this is the reason that this one is still here. Okay, and this is exactly where the duration happens. So that's why it is happening. And from here I'm going to drag another one to here. By the way, when we are working with drag, we can do it for both, either back or, I mean, backward and forward. So we can do it to both sides. We can do it either left or right, back or forward. So we can do it both directions. So that's great. So this is going to be also on drag. Yeah, and that's okay. This one we're gonna drag to here, and this one is gonna be dragging us sorry, to here. Okay, good. So we have all the drag directions that we need and we want. And basically, okay, so we're gonna take the mid one, copy, and actually just erase all of them. Yeah. Okay, and let me just put it here. I'm gonna put it in the middle, and that is going to be here. And basically that's pretty much it. So let me just hit the play and let's see what happens here. Okay, so I'm gonna drag this one. Here we have it animating 600, which is great. It's not animating until the end. If we wanted to, we just had to do it until the end. It's going back and it's going to 0, and from the 0 back to here. Pretty awesome. Great, it works perfect. So that's pretty nice. And this is actually how we demonstrate a slider or a number slider in mobile. Okay, great. So I think that, guys, this is pretty much it. Thank you so much for being interested in this tutorial, and that's it basically. I will be very happy for your like, and more happy if you subscribe to my channel. Please do. and really cool tutorials are coming up ahead as always. So I would love to see you subscribe to my channel and be informed when the next tutorial is going to be up. See you in the next tutorial, guys. Bye for now.